Hey guys, in this video I'll be covering one-click upsell, our go-to application when it comes to increasing our average order value on Shopify. Now when it comes to upsells, many people use applications such as bold upsells or frequently bought together, but I found those applications to clutter up the screen and actually disrupt the user experience. You don't really see any professional sites using upsells like those. Now I've tested them in the past and I really didn't see a very high conversion rate. Now when I switched over to one-click upsells 2 years ago, it drastically increased my average order value. I was seeing an increase anywhere from 15 to even as high as 25%. Now with an average conversion rate of 20% on my first upsell. If you've been following my stories, you'll see that most of my conversions go through OCU and barely any go through Shopify. Now this is because OCU works a little bit too well. These days I practically only use OCU checkout because of the amount of extra revenue it's generated me. I think to date it's probably given me close to $500,000 to $600,000 in extra revenue. Now the reason why OCU works so well is because of the checkout process. A customer has to first complete their purchase and then they're taken to the upsell page. Now here on the upsell page they simply have to click buy and the upsell is automatically billed alongside the original order. It provides an absolutely seamless checkout experience. You get to keep the same purchase conversion rate because people aren't interrupted during checkout, and then you can make a few extra bucks when they purchase the additional upsells after they complete the purchase. Alright, so now you know what OCU is. Let's go over the billing and go over some of the pricing on OCU. So if you scroll down to the bottom over here, they're going to tell you how much the application costs. Now if you buy it yearly, it's only 56 bucks a month, but most likely for beginners you're going to want to do monthly because you don't know how long you're going to be using the app, and you don't really know how long your product's going to sell. So I definitely recommend you to stick with monthly. Now if you're a super beginner, as in you've never even made a Shopify store yet, then I wouldn't recommend you to use this application just yet, because you're not making enough revenue and you're not making enough sales for $67 to be worthwhile. I'd say once you're making anywhere from like $500 to like $1,000 per day, then this will be a very good application for you because it's going to pay for itself on the first day. But otherwise, I'd say you should stay away from it until you can get to at least $500 to $1,000 per day. Alright, so for $67 a month, you get access to basically everything you need. And if you pay $97, they're going to give you some extra priority support, and they're going to also help you kind of set up the application. But if you follow my tutorial, you won't need this additional package because it's really easy to set up the application. Now on top of the $67, they're going to charge you 2.5% extra per upsell. So they're not going to bill you the 2.5% on the initial checkout. So if somebody buys a product for $100 before the upsell, you're not going to be charged 2.5%. Now if they go through the one-click upsell funnel and they purchase the first upsell for like another 50 bucks, then you're going to be billed the additional 2.5% on the $50 purchase they made. So only on the purchases that the application makes for you, they're going to bill you the additional 2.5%, which I think is a fair amount because of how well the app works. So yeah, that's the pricing structure for OCU. Now we do have an affiliate link, vrmecom.com/OCU. The link to it will be in the description above. Now if you use our affiliate link, we're going to make a small commission, and that's going to help us greatly, and that would be great if you guys use our link. But if you don't want to, you can just go to their website at zipify.com and just download it yourself. That's completely fine as well. Alright, so now that you know the gist of what OCU is and the pricing structure, let's actually start setting up the software. So let's click on Get OCU and then click on Get This Plan. Now over here you got to enter in your billing details, your payment info, and then click on Complete My Purchase. I'm going to fill this out and then I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, so I just completed the purchase. Now to install it, you just have to click on this and then enter in your store URL. So let's go back here, mrneck.myshopify, mrneck.myshopify. Now you can't get this application in the App Store, so you have to come over to the link I gave you to actually get the app. And then click on Install Unlisted App. Alright, there you have it. It's set up. Now just enter in the email that you signed up with. And then click on Submit. Click on accept, agree. Alright, so they have this entire tutorial for you to follow along. If you're new to it, I'd recommend you to watch the entire tutorial because I will go through this quite fast. But if you watch their tutorial, then you'll know exactly how to set up the application and get it working relatively quick. Alright, so we're on the next step of the funnel now. Over here, you can name your funnel. So I'm just going to call it neck funnel. And then we'll just leave the tag as neck. Now this isn't that important, so don't stress about it too much. And then click on next step. Now the next thing you have to do is you have to add an upsell here. So for OCU to work, you have to add this tag neck into all the products that you want to trigger the upsell on. So let's go into the products over here. Click on this. Oh, I guess it automatically added neck to it. Or maybe I edited it before, I'm not sure. But anyways, the tag is in here now, so it's going to trigger when somebody buys this product. Now we gotta set the upsell offer number 1, so let's click on choose product. And here's a secret tip for you guys when it comes to upselling and the highest conversion rates possible. You're gonna get the highest conversion rates when you literally upsell the same exact product that they just bought. I've tested so many different products on the first upsell, like let's say I'm selling the neck device, I'll try testing like a pillow, or like I don't know, like another posture product, okay? But they will never come even close to the conversion rates that you can get by selling another product the exact same product again. Like people just want to buy 2 products, it seems like. And I've been testing this for 2 years, and I still have yet to find the first upsell where it could convert better than actually selling the same product again. So I'm going to sell this again, click on add. And then let's click on next. So after we set this whole thing up, we can actually configure the upsell page to make it look nice and clean, and then also give them an additional discount on the first upsell offer. So click on next step. Now over here, you gotta customize the appearance. So click on configure appearance. Okay, got it. Your storefront is password protected, page previews unavailable. Alright, so it looks like I forgot to take the password off of the store. So to do that, click on online store. And then go into preferences. And then turn off the password. And then click on save. Okay, so that's done. Let's click on preview on, Let's click on save and see if that's going to reset that. Alright, there we go. Let's go back again. Alright, there we go. Now it's loading up. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure the images look good. And I think they look pretty good. So there's nothing for us to really touch over here. Let's scroll down. Click on offer. And we're going to set the discount over here to a percentage. And we're going to make this 30%. So now you can say over here, instead of saying here's a special one-time offer, we're going to change shipping to free shipping because I'm providing free shipping. But anyways, instead of saying this over here and this over here, we could say wait, your order is not complete yet, just so that they go through the entire funnel. Now here's a special one-time offer. We're going to say get another one for 30% off. And then the offer sub headline, it can be add Mr. Neck cervical traction device. Alright, so we're going to take off the Mr. Neck cervical traction device. So let's change that to Mr. Neck. Add Mr. Neck to your order now and receive 30% off. Alright, and then for the offer description, we're going to do 30% off. So I'm really trying to show them that this is another, like you can get another one for 30% off. And then we'll make that in red. Click on save. And then let's scroll down a bit more. So for product details, you can just click on pull, and I'll pull it straight from your store. As you can see right here. And then there's appearance over here. Now if you want, you can modify these colors. I've just been using it as default colors and it's been working just fine. But if you want to spend the extra time and make it more branded and use your own store colors, you can definitely do that as well. So that's going to be it for the entire setup for the entire, why do I keep saying entire? But anyways, that's going to be it for the first upsell. Let's click on save. And then let's click on next step. So for the next step, we have to connect it to our CRM, which is basically your email autoresponder. So we can click on Klaviyo right here. And now we have to go and grab the public API key. So to grab the public API key, we got to first open up Klaviyo. And then see if I'm already logged in. Oh, nice, perfect. So go to Mr. Neck, go into account, go into settings, API keys, create a API key. Oh wait, that's a private API key, my bad. Okay, your public API key is right here. So yeah, don't do this, just grab this and then go back into OCU and paste your public API key right there. Click on connect. Now over here you have to connect it to a Stripe account, so I'll be right back after I connect it to my Stripe account. Now if you don't have Stripe, then I'm not exactly sure what payment processors they accept. I think there's like PayPal, Authorize.net, and then I'm not sure if there's a fourth one or not. So you're gonna need PayPal, Authorize.net, or Stripe to use OCU. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to use this application. Alright, so I just set up my payment processor. Now the next thing you have to do is create the triggers, but I already showed you guys how to set that up, I think in the create the funnel section, where they actually made me make the tag. But I'll just show it to you guys again. You can just click on open product here. And then you can paste in the tag again, if you haven't done so already. So yeah, as you can see, the tag is in right there, which means the one-click upsell will trigger when they purchase that product. So click on next step. And now you can publish the funnel. So you're basically done with the setup right there. I guess you gotta click on enable OCU. Now OCU is turned on and it is enabled. Alright, so that's about it for the initial setup of OCU. Now they have some additional features inside of OCU, like upsell funnels over here. Now inside of this upsell funnels feature, you can add as many funnels as you want. So you can make like another tag. So let's say you have a niche store selling clothing, and you're selling like a hoodie, you're selling like jackets, you're selling like pants. You can make a different tag for each of them. So like maybe for the hoodie ones, you make a hoodie tag. For the jackets, you make a jacket tag. And you tag those specific products. So if somebody buys a jacket, you can sell them another jacket, or maybe you could even cross-sell them with some pants. So that's where this additional funnel feature comes into handy. Now if you click on the actual funnel that you made, you can make as many upsells as you want. So let's say you want to offer them, like after they buy another neck device for 30% off, you can offer them like a cervical pillow or something that could also help relieve their neck. I don't know, whatever product that you think might sell after this, you can also add it here. So it's, if they accept the first offer, they're gonna see another offer for another product. And then if you want, you can also make a downsell. And basically what a downsell is if they say no to the first offer, they're gonna say, but do you want to buy this one? And then you can also add a downsell to this one as well. So you can mess around with the settings and add some different products in here and test what works best for you. They also have this thing called a pre-purchase upsell, but it's relatively new, and honestly I wouldn't recommend it because it will interrupt the customer purchasing experience, and it could lower your conversion rate. So next you got the statistics panel over here. Now over here you can see exactly how much money that OCU has generated for you, and you could also see that on your main dashboard as well. So check the statistics out if you want to. Otherwise, let's go to the next section, which is checkouts. Now this will show you just basically all the checkouts. You can actually view this over here on orders as well, so it's not really a big thing. Now that's what's new. It's going to just basically tell you all the new features coming into OCU, because OCU has been updating this application constantly as Shopify's API continues to change. And then you can click on help if you want access to all the documentation. Now there's so many articles here. Like when I was first setting this up, I was so confused because there's just so many tutorials here, like different types of payments, different types of integrations with third-party applications, setting up your autoresponder properly, etc. So if you want to go very specific, you can check out the documentation and figure out whatever you need. Now let's click on settings over here, and I'll run you guys through some of the basic settings. So when you guys set it up through the initial OCU setup process, they basically do all of this for you, so you don't really have to do much. But let me run you guys through some of the crucial things that you need. So one, you got to make sure the app's enabled for it to work. Two, you don't need to put a pixel ID into here if you've already put the pixel into your store, or if you've already put your pixel into Shopify, you don't have to put your pixel in again on OCU. Otherwise, it could double fire and it's going to give you wrong attributes. Now you can also add in your Google Analytics tracking ID to give data over to your Google Analytics app if you want to. And then you can also turn this on to pass on over like the exact purchase data. Now if you click on advanced settings over here, you can modify your checkout URL. You can make it skip the cart page, so if somebody clicks add to cart, it doesn't even go to add to cart, it goes right into the checkout form. And then this thing right here is basically going to add like a little string on top of your order, so when you go to orders and you see a customer's order, it'll tell you whether or not they went through the OCU checkout. Now past buyer's IP to Shopify order, it's going to also show up on the order page over here. And then pass checkout token to Shopify order, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to see all these details inside each of the orders that a customer placed. Now additional scripts, you can have it so that it fires a custom script when they go through the first upsell. You can have it fire a custom script when they go through your thank you page. And then you can have it fire a script for all the offer pages if you want to do that. Now this is definitely for more advanced people, and I have not even used this myself, and I don't really think there's a use for it unless you're trying to track each individual order specifically. Now let's go into payments over here. And over here you can basically attach whatever payment method you want. You can even attach PayPal to it, so if somebody checks out with PayPal on your store and they get forwarded to OCU, you can even use OCU with PayPal. So if you want to integrate PayPal, you can. But I haven't used PayPal for over like 2 years now, and I definitely don't recommend it to people when they're dropshipping, because PayPal is known to hold very big, they hold very big holds, and they hold it for a long time. And most of the times they don't really support dropshippers. So I wouldn't recommend PayPal. I haven't had any issues with just using Stripe and accepting Visa like MasterCard, American Express. Alright, so they also accept Amazon Pay. I'm sure not many people are using Amazon Pay in the US, but I do know in like the UK a lot of people are using Amazon Pay. So if you are selling to the US, this might be a good option for you. Now let's check the pre-purchase settings. I haven't really looked into this much because I don't really use it. But if you want to look into it, you definitely can. Let's click on page defaults. So over here, the only thing you really have to modify is you might want to modify the checkout page if you want to customize it a bit. So let's click on that. And basically what they're going to do is they're going to copy over whatever purchase page or whatever checkout page you already have in Shopify and just duplicate it back over here. So if you want to modify this and make it look a little bit more customized, you definitely can. Oh, it's back. And then the last thing I do is I modify the thank you page. So click on customize here. Now for the thank you page over here, you're gonna probably want to change this image over here. This could be fine, and then this could also be fine as well. Although it does kind of sound a bit repetitive, so I'd say modify this to whatever suits your needs. And then over here, give people like a little shipping disclaimer saying it's gonna take anywhere from 2 to 3 days to process your order, and like an additional 10 to 14 days for it to ship and actually arrive at your doorstep. But you're gonna have to contact your supplier before you write your shipping claims down over here, because you don't really know what kind of shipping times you're gonna get unless you contact your supplier. So click on back here. Now for CRMs, we already have it connected to Klaviyo, so there's not much for you to do here. But if you use something like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign or Aweber or any of these other email autoresponders, you can definitely link those up as well. Now for integrations over here, you can integrate with all of these applications. And if you're already using some of these applications, then it's going to be very beneficial. So like, I know a lot of people use Hotjar, some people use Wicked Reports, and then some people use bold upsells, or quantity breaks, my bad. So like some people use quantity breaks, and then some people use like Trackify. Now if you use Trackify, you don't want to put your pixel into OCU. You just want to put the pixel into Trackify and then turn this on, otherwise it could double fire. Now last but not least, security. I've actually never used this feature, so I don't even really know what it does, but I think it's going to give you some additional security for the app. So yeah, that's a general rundown of OCU. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial, and I hope that you can generate some additional revenue using OCU just like us. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.